The mirror. For most of my life I was taught fragments, a piece of history here, a piece of culture there, a few names, a few dates, a few stories, but never the whole picture. The more I learned, the more I began to realize that every people, every nation, and every individual lives between two stories. The story of what they have done, and the story of what has been done to them. The problem begins when one story is allowed to erase the other. Too often, conversations about African people begin with slavery, as though history started at the moment chains appeared, as though millions of people woke up one day without the past, without ideas, without science, without philosophy, without civilization. But history is far larger than that. Before the ships came, there were cities. Before the plantations came, there were kingdoms. Before the stereotypes came, there were scholars, architects, mathematicians, explorers, and builders. Human beings solving problems, asking questions, creating knowledge, and shaping the world, just like every other civilization. Yet there is another side to the story, a side that cannot be ignored, the side of conquest, displacement, violence, the destruction of communities, the rewriting of narratives, the separation of people from language, culture, identity, and sometimes even from themselves. To pretend that these things did not happen would be dishonest. But to allow them to become the entire story would be equally dishonest. The challenge of our generation is not choosing one story over the other. It is learning to hold both at the same time, to acknowledge suffering without becoming defined by it, to celebrate achievement without becoming blind to injustice, to understand that a person, a people, or a nation is always more than its greatest victory and more than its deepest wound. The world often encourages us to think in extremes, victim or victim, success, failure, good or evil. But life is rarely that simple. Growth begins when we learn to see the whole picture, when we stop looking only at what was taken and begin asking what remains, what knowledge remains, what values remain, what resilience remains, what possibilities remain. Because history is not only about where we have been, it is also about where we are going, what generation we will see, what generation we will see. The question is not whether we come from struggle. The question is what we choose to build from it, what kind of communities we create, what kind of knowledge we pass forward, what kind of example we leave to those who come after us. When I look at the world, I do not see a people defined by oppression. I see a people defined by survival, by adaptation, by creativity, by faith, by persistence, and by the remarkable ability to rise again and again, despite every prediction that they make. Perhaps that is the lesson hidden in every reflection, not to become trapped in the image of the past, but to recognize it, learn from it, and then step forward, because the future is not found in perfection. The future is found in a person standing above the water, deciding what comes next, and before our time will become a faded memory. Do what ye will as it harms none. Memento mori, remember, we must die.